Folks, welcome back. I have the latest home prices and insights for the Peel Durham region for week ending June the 8th, 2022. Just this morning, I received a phone call from one of our followers on YouTube and wanted to ask me a question, wanted some my opinion on buying. So I said, well, shoot, what's on your mind? And he said, well, I'm in the process of buying and I just need your opinion on something. And I said, well, what do you mean by you're in the process of buying? Are you looking for properties? What stage are you at? He says, oh, I have an offer on a property and I'm just looking for your opinion on some pricing. And I said, you have an offer, so that means you're working with a realtor. Why aren't you asking your realtor this question? And he said, I'm a little uncomfortable asking that realtor because he's the listing agent. So this buyer's gone directly to the listing agent. So right away, my head is like, oh man, this opens up so many bad doors. So I said, well, if you're uncomfortable asking very important questions to the person you've asked to help you with a purchase, like, why work with that person? And he said what I expected him to say. He says, oh, I go directly to the listing agent so I could save some money. So I've said this before, let me say it again. I know a lot of you out there believe, wholeheartedly you believe that if you go directly to the listing agent, you will get the home cheaper. That's a myth. It's just not true. Sometimes yes, but in most cases the only thing that's true is the listing agent makes more money and the seller saves a bit on commission, so the seller in a sense makes more money. But to say for sure the buyer gets a better price, that's just not true. It's a myth that it's widely accepted out there. It's just not true. So let me just, again, clear the air there. Going directly to the listing agent is not the best way to save money. The best way to save money is to have your own representation. Think about it. The listing agent has a contract with the seller. The listing agent has a fiduciary responsibility to work in the best interest of the seller. And you're going to go to this person who has a contract to work in the best interest of the seller and say, hey, help me get this for as cheap as possible. It just doesn't make any sense, but that's what most people believe. Not too long ago, let me just do a little bit of flashback here. Several weeks ago, I talked about I was representing a buyer. We're about to put in an offer on a condo. The offer was written. We're just at the final stages. And I did a quick look just to make sure that, I feel good about the price still. And to see if there's any changes in the building with property selling. And just an hour before that, a condo got listed that was at a better price, better condition. It was just a better condo for my clients overall. So I said, stop, whoa, before we put this offer in and we were ready, let's go check this condo out. And within a few hours, we ended up buying that one, and my clients are so excited about it. Do you think the listing agent who's about to sell their seller's condo, their client's condo, would say, oh, wait a minute, before you buy my client's condo, let me show you this other property that's probably better for you? There's no chance that's ever going to happen. Your best representation is to have your own fiduciary representation. Work with a buyer's agent. Work with an agent who's going to represent your best interest. That's the moral of this story. If you think this video could help anybody, please pass it along. Let's get into the numbers. If you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. Below this video in the description, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you. This way I'll know ahead of time, and I'll make sure that I'm organized, that I'm able to talk to you about what's important to you. And if you're looking for an awesome 2-bedroom condo with a huge den in the heart of Mississauga, check out the video at the end of this video. Let's get into the numbers. I'm going to be talking about right here Mississauga, Brampton detached properties. I'm going to be talking about for Durham, Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby detached properties, and then I'm going to be talking about condos for all of Peel region. There's a lot going on. Here's a quick summary. Now, we've got the blue here in Mississauga. Average sold price jumped way up. We got Brampton here where prices have come down. And Durham here, the burgundy line. This is the first time that I could remember, and we're going back quite a bit, where the Durham average sold price is higher than the Brampton average sold price. But I do have some explaining to do, so let's get into that. So here's Mississauga detached. We sold 56 detached properties, down from 72 the previous week. 12 of those in Mississauga were at $2 million or more. But let me explain what's happening. In those 12, I got my cheat sheets here, of $2 million or more. 6 of those were at $2 million plus. 5 of those were at $3 million plus. And 1 of those was over $6.5 million. So all of a sudden, big dollar value properties are being sold. Not just 1 or 2, but quite a bit. And that shot average sold price way up. And that's why we're sitting at $1,807,000. Overall, prices have been coming down, but this 1 week, average sold price goes up. And, you know, I got to call it the way I see it. I don't see the 1,807 as a realistic average sold price, because there's a whole bunch of very expensive, your higher end. 6 of those are over $3 million. 1 of them is over $6.5 million that has shot the price up. So at this current average sold price, it's 25% higher than what it was a year ago. Well, let's look at the median. You figure, let's go to median, and that'll kind of, you know, balance it out a bit. Median price is also 20% higher than where it was a year ago. We look overall, median used to be, when we go back 3 months, $1,678,000 3 months ago. It's now $1,525,000. Average prices are coming down. This 1 week, a little bit crazy though. Looking at sales, of the 56 that sold, 29% sold at list price or more. That's the lowest we've seen it. Buyers are pulling back, are waiting, they're taking their time, they're not jumping in, and whatever that price is, they're looking to go down. They're not looking to go up. Less than 1/3 sold at list price or more. Year-to-date sales, January 1st to June 8th for Mississauga, we're 37% less sales this year than what we were selling last year at this time. Listings year-to-date are 14% less, and active listings is now, it's been going up every single week almost for the whole 3 months. It's now sitting at 465 active listings, and months of inventory went up to 1.9. If you recall last week when it came down from the previous week to 1.4, I was thinking that doesn't make sense, because we're also in the field as realtors every day, and we kind of see what's going on, and we have a good feel for the market just because we're active working with buyers and sellers, and the 1.4 didn't make sense. And sometimes numbers, you know, they get skewed one way or another. 1.9 makes more sense, the fact that it's climbing from the previous week. Average days on market is now sitting at 15. It used to be 6 and 8. It's now 15, the average days on market. Let's look at Brampton. Sales are down in Brampton. Like, it's almost on a weekly basis. If we go back to the beginning of February where we sold 130, almost every week it's been dropping. It's now sitting at 61. We sold 61 detached properties in all of Brampton for week ending June the 8th. Not long ago we were selling 130. And even if we go back further, we were selling 160, 180, 170. Well, we sold 61. That's it. One of those properties was at $2 million or more. Only one. Average sold price has come down a bit more. It's now sitting at $1,236,000. It's like way down from the peak of over 1.6 million. So we're down to 1,236,000, which is 6% higher than where the average price was a year ago. Median price is now 1,185,000, and that's also 6% higher than where the median price was a year ago. 3 months ago, though, median price was 1,460,000. It's now 1,185,000. Sales, if we look at sales year to date, we're 41% less sales this year than last year. 41%. I'm stressing the numbers. I barely believe it myself what it changed night and day from a year ago. 41% less sales. Of the 61 that sold, 39% sold at list price or more. That's it. 39%. Last year at this time, 74% were selling at list price or more. Remember the days where buyers were tripping over themselves? They just couldn't pay enough. They wanted to, and more and more and more. Now it's less and less and less. It's the exact opposite. Listings year to date, we're 16% less listings this year than what we were listing a year ago. And active listings has been going up. Also, months of inventory is now sitting at 2.2 months of inventory. Average days on market is 15. If we go back, months of inventory used to be 0.6. It's now 2.2. 3 months ago, months of inventory, and this is 3 months ago, the beginning of March, average days on market used to be 6. It's now 15, the average days on market. And again, average sold price, 1,236,000. That's for Brampton. Let's look at Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby. This is the sample that I'm using for Durham. We sold 68 detached properties. 6 of those were at $2 million or more. We went from no $2 million properties, where before that for many weeks we were doing 1, 2, or 3. This 1 week we sold 6. I'm not sure what happened with these luxury buyers, but they all kind of got together and decided this is the week we're going to buy luxury properties. Well, if there's only 1 or 2 or no property selling at $2 million or more, and all of a sudden we go to 6, well, that shot average sold price up to $1,304,000. Still way down from the peak of 1.6, but it's way up from the previous week. $1,304,000 is 17% higher than where average sold prices were last year. The previous week, average sold price was 2% less than the previous year. This week we're sitting at 17% higher. Median price is also 17% higher than where median price was a year ago. Median price 3 months ago was 1,445. It is now, for week ending June 8th, 1.2 million. Looking at sales of the 68 that sold, 57% sold at list price or more. Year to date, we are 31% less sales this year than what we were selling last year. Listings are 7% lower, and active listings, you could see, has been increasing, and months of inventory is now sitting at 1.1, and you could see that it's been climbing. We used to be at 0.3, 0.4. We're now at 1.1 months of inventory. That's the detached market. Let's look at the condo market. This is for Peel region. The majority of these condos are being bought and sold in Mississauga. We sold 39 condos in Peel region. 1 of those was at $1 million or more. Average sold price has been coming down almost every week. It's now sitting at $626,000 for the average price. We saw prices November, December, and just shoot way up, and now we're seeing them come down almost just as quick. $626,000 is 12% higher than where average prices were a year ago for condos. Median price is 10% higher than where the median price was a year ago. If we look at median price just on its own, it was 3 months ago at $706,000. It's now sitting at $600,000. So in 3 months, median price has come down about $100,000. Average sold price in 3 months was from $728,000 down to $626,000. So that also, average price has come down about $100,000 for condos in the last 3 months. Year-to-date sales, 20% less sales this year than what we sold last year. And of the 39 that sold, 44% sold at list price or more. Listings year-to-date are up by 5%, which is going to add more. Let me just go back to that slide, which listings are up, sales are less. Months active listings is going higher, and months of inventory is shooting way up. Months of inventory is now sitting at 2.9 for condos in Peel region. When we look at the overall summary, months of inventory is up across the board. Mississauga, Brampton, Durham region, Peel, condos. I mean, we expect months of inventory to go higher and higher. As months of inventory goes up, we expect prices to come down. When's it going to stabilize? I know I could read the comments on my channel. I appreciate the comments, but man, lots of people have very, very strong opinions, which is fantastic. But what I'm telling you here has already happened. It's fact. Anything beyond today is opinion. And yeah, we expect prices to come down. Some people will tell you for 1 or 2 months it'll be different in September or the end of August, and other people will tell you, oh, it's going to be like this for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We don't know. But this is a situation right now. So important you're working with somebody that has skills in this market, not just an administrative type of realtor just there to fill out the paperwork. Check out the awesome condo we got for sale in Mississauga. That video's coming up right now. Have a great day. Let me introduce you to Unit 1906 at 339 Rathburn Road West. This is a big condo at 948 square feet, has 2 bedrooms, a large den, 2 full bathrooms, floor-to-ceiling window, tons of features. And the amenities here, apart from the usual, has an indoor pool, a tennis court, and a bowling alley. Check it out.